What's the deal, ladies and gentlemen? What's the deal, ladies and gentlemen? It's a quick little hangout. I want to talk about a few things here, and actually, I can combine it all in one video. I haven't really done a video in a minute, in a while, but I'm getting back to, like I said, what I'm doing. I'm done with the buffooning and Conan arguing with these jiggles over the internet, but it is what it is, man. But anyway. Like I said, there's a few things that I would like to talk about in this video. Let me share my screen with you so I can bring up the article. Present to everyone. There we go. Make this smaller. There we go. Make this smaller. Make this bigger. There we go. Make this bigger too. That's been big enough. All right. Maybe too big. But anyway, let me scroll up. There we go. It says Mass Effect's Andromeda running at 1080p and 900p on the PlayStation 4. I'm sorry, 1080p, I guess on the PS4, 900p on the Xbox One. I wonder what it's going to be doing on the PlayStation 4 Pro. It doesn't say anything about the Pro, but it also says here that Scorpio, the devs don't have their hands on Scorpio dev kits yet. Which again, let's talk about Mass Effect Andromeda. If you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I do have the PlayStation 4 Pro, and of course, I'm a big Xbox guy. Now I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. I was like I said, this Mass Effect. If you don't know, like I said, if you're new to my channel, the last generation, to me, the best games that came out that generation was probably Gears of War series, the Mass Effect series. Of course, I'm a big God of War fan. And I was like, believe it or not, I like EA. What the hell is my goddamn game by EA they made? Dante's Inferno. Love that damn game. But I didn't really care for Mass Effect 1. It was kind of slow. Mass Effect 2, they really stepped it up with the action. Was a lot more focused on the gun, running and shooting, bang, 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 bang. And then, of course, Mass Effect 3 was over the top. The fans complained about Mass Effect 3 at the end, which I didn't have a problem with. I did feel kind of shitty, but because if you played Mass Effect 3, if you completed it, I don't know, I didn't play the DLC where they changed the ending, but you did all of that fighting. I believe it was against the Reapers, and you do all that fighting, and you get there, and you still die, and the Reapers still win. Basically, actually, believe it or not, the Reapers weren't really bad. They would just come in to cleanse the earth for shit to start all over again. Because shit was kind of fucked up. But fans were upset. They were boycotting, fuck you, EA, fuck you, BioWare, Shepard dies, I mean. And so I heard they went back and they changed the ending. Now, again, I didn't play the DLC. Once I completed it, it was a free add-on, I believe I'm not mistaken. Once I beat it, that was it, and I kept it pushing on to the new. But it says here, for those of you that are into the resolution thing, because there was a rumor going around that that Mass Effect Andromeda will be 900p on the PlayStation 4 and 720p on the Xbox One. But one of the devs stepped up and says here, over NeoGAF BioWare General Manager Aaron Flynn responding to a comment about the game being 900p on the PlayStation 4 and 720p on the Xbox One. He noted the last I checked, we were like other Frostbite games on PS4 and Xbox One, 1080p and 900p respectively at our 30 frames per second. Lock said the PC has an uncapped frame rate. Cool. But now again, I don't have a problem with this. I told you guys many times again, resolution is not a big deal for me. People say, well, next gen, why don't you get the superior version on the PlayStation 4? Because it's 1080p. Listen, it's crazy that I have to go back and say this again and again and again. Because one guy told me the other day, I just read a comment on my video. Oh, there's no way you can have a 90 or 290 in your PC because you'll be gaming at 4K while playing on consoles. I don't care about resolution. I'm a sit on my ass, plug and play. I'm more invested in the Xbox ecosystem. What I mean by that, as far as the achievements, my friends are there. And when I'm playing a single player game, I like to talk to my friends online, and we all in parties bugging the fuck out. So, that's where I'm comfortable at. I don't see why I got to, someone has to be shunned or because Like, I think that's the craziest shit in the world. But we entertain it for this console war shit here. But anyway, but while I'm even on this article, is something else I want to talk about in this video. It says here that, I guess, quote unquote, industry insider Shinobi revealed that dev kits for Project Scorpio haven't been sent to BioWare yet. Now, going back to E3 of which I doubt that very seriously. BioWare, we're talking about EA. EA owns BioWare, which EA is a huge third-party partner of Microsoft. They do constant, FIFA deals, Madden deals. I doubt that very seriously. But anyway, I say that to say this. Back at E3, 2016 E3, Phil said they came out and announced the specs, as far as the GPU specs, whatever the case, of Project Scorpio. So devs can start making games with Scorpio in mind. And even if you look at the trailer for Project Scorpio, you see devs from Fallout in X1 all in the trailer saying this is what developers wanted, this is what we needed to achieve true 4K gaming, no compromises, 60 frames a second, yada 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 yada. So and again, this industry insider is more or less of a Sony guy. And again, maybe they may not have the final dev kits, but then for them not to know, like, come on, that's crazy as hell. Like, and the console comes out within November of this year, and for them not to have their, that's crazy as hell. But I will say this, any game that's going to take advantage of the PlayStation 4 Pro, whatever the case may be, will also take advantage of Project Scorpio. You know what I mean? That's just a given. Phil and Aaron said themselves that games right now are being made with Scorpio in mind. Patrick. So, like I said, it is what it is. I think it's the craziest shit in the world that we still gonna go back and talk about this. Like every other week is some hate. Now the new thing is that Project Scorpio is not the competition with the PlayStation 4 Pro competitor. It's this is gonna be the PlayStation 5. Like, that shit is crazy as hell. But this is an article which I found very, very intriguing. What makes you scratch your head and say so the Xbox Scorpio may be the basically what the Valve Steam machine should have been, the vision. You know what I mean? And I kind of say yes and no. And I remember clear as day. I know people give Donnie D a lot of fucking slack within his Xbox community. And I keep trying to tell you guys, man, I don't think Donnie D was that bad, man. I'm just, it is what it is. I know Phil's more of a gamer, but when it came down to business, Donnie D was a shrewd businessman. And the reason why I say that, I remember in 2012 when I stumbled upon this community, and it was talks of the Valve getting into the quote unquote the console market. And I remember, I don't know who the hell it was, maybe in GameSpot, IGN, one of those publications was interviewing Donnie D, Don Matrick. And they asked him, what's Steam, and especially then, that's when the 360 was running here. Xbox 360 was the preferred platform of choice, especially over here in North America. And they would say, do you see the Steam machine as being a threat to Xbox 360 living room space? Is it going to be more powerful, X, Y, and Z? And one of the things which I didn't understand then, a lot of times these people within the industry know what the hell's going on. I didn't really understand when he was answering, I don't know about that because it costs a lot of money to be in the console business. And what the hell's that got to do with the question in hand? What the fuck? What type of Jedi mind trick shit is that? And then it came out, and this, believe it or not, this is what, because I was kind of intrigued. I'm always say that I like as most gamers like to buy new gadgets, like to buy the latest and greatest thing. And I said then, I was like, why would he answer the question like that? And like I said, I was interested before I bought anything about a PC game. It was again somebody they were talking about taking, bringing, having a console like whatever the hell in the living room, Steam. Cool. So when he said it took a lot of money to be in the console, but then it came out that Steam wasn't making their own, Steam machine. They were going to Dell, Hewlett Packard, and they had about 5 or 6 or 7 different SKUs from all the different manufacturers. And that's what, I believe it or not, killed the Steam machine. It wasn't a console. It was just another PC, and Steam was trying to plug their own OS. You didn't need to buy a quote unquote Steam machine to have Steam OS. And again, we talking about even because Steam, Valve, and Microsoft have this love-hate relationship. And if you have a Mac and you have Steam on your Mac, you know what I'm saying. If you have a Steam library, but if you have if you have 500 games, maybe 2% of your games will work on your Steam on Linux. You know, I mean, everything runs on Windows. You know, I mean, so they was trying to, I guess they were trying to, muscle Microsoft, or were trying to, but the Steam Machine thing felt horribly. I don't really think anyone still makes a Steam Machine, or it fucking bombed. But moving right on to what I'm saying about Project Scorpio. And again, it is a console, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But we're moving around, like I said, we're moving away from generations going forward. And that's one thing that PC gamers have had over console gamers for the longest. That, no longer will, they're able to take their existing library with them. And going forward, even with the PlayStation, as long as these consoles stay x86, same thing as PC. Moving forward and backwards, these consoles are going to be both forward and backwards compatible. What did he say? Well, how can a game come out on the PlayStation 5 work on the PlayStation 4? The same way that a person that has a GTX, say a 560 or something like that, right? Or 560, and they're able to play the same game as someone with a GTX 1080. Yeah, basically it's the same thing. How people got not everyone has the most up-to-date PCs. People have, if you look at they give you the lowest specs required, and then they give you what you should have to give optimal performance to run the game. You know what I mean? So, but you look at that lowest specs, it's like 2 gigs of RAM and all that bullshit, like it's crazy as hell. But anyway, it says here, could the Xbox One Scorpio be Valve Steam Machine Vision? And my answer to that is yes and no. The fact that, like I said, we are able to take our library with us, as far as your games, whatever you had on your Xbox One digitally, or even as far as the disc, will work on your Project Scorpio. And there also is a rumor that every Xbox 360 game, more or less, give a few take, this rumor that's going to work out of the box with your Project Scorpio, running at a higher resolution and higher frame rate. Now, this is a rumor. I don't know if this is true or not, but let's check it out here. It says, however, the Gambit, Valve Steam Machine Interactive was the PC gaming giant's bid to try and take over the living room. The attempt to push console-like gaming PCs that will be ready for the living room gaming. The entire initiative hinged on trying to bring PC gaming to console-toting masses by presenting it in a console-like box and hinged on the success of Steam controller and the Steam OS. That controller was dog shit too. That's another thing. That controller was horrible. However, the Gambit failed. Steam machines are in disputable flop. There are multiple reasons why this happened. Steam OS, like I said before, I even read the article. The Steam OS is Linux-based, and while the state of Linux gaming continues to improve, most majority AAA games released remain on Windows. Like I said, Valve they didn't want to push their Steam OS and to get back Windows, and this doesn't take over well. And also, too, they had multiple SKUs. You know what I mean? Now, before I say it, where the Steam Machine, and you can draw a comparison to Project Scorpio, because you're talking about 6 teraflops within a closed environment. It's going to be very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So far as having a PC-like gaming in a console, that's when you can draw the comparison between this and the Valve Steam Machine. 6 T-flops, full optimization, Microsoft forever improving the apps, the APIs. DirectX 12 is going to be bringing. You got the cloud. Yeah, the cloud. They got this new thing they're working on called game mode with Windows 10. All that shit's going to be in Project Scorpio. So, honestly, maybe besides, people on Steam, they get the cheap deals. Microsoft may, with this box here, console, steal a couple PC gamers over from that side back over to the console side, man. You know what I mean? Without giving any, if you're getting 4K 60, like being real. Besides, you're not going to have all them dumb, the crazy ass mods, but this may be a good thing for gaming. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. Look out to later on today for the multiplayer podcast. We'll be doing that live, later on today, probably about 8:30 or so. Got some jokers here in the comment section. I forgot. Jason, I've been playing consoles my whole life, and I have not had tons of problems. Shout out to Jason Gaming. PC gaming is garbage. I'm getting a 1070i. Let me go up to the top. Jeffrey, what's good, baby? What's up, everybody? What up, Z? But anyway, you say you done with those Wii U thugs? Yeah, I'm done arguing with the weirdos, man. Don't want to. Let's go, Z. But yeah, but as I was saying, so it's a good thing for gaming, you know, going forward. You know what I mean? So, and for like some people just want to sit down on their ass and plug and play, not deal with the drivers, not deal with this. And like I said, when I first got my rig, I don't want people, you know what, like, you have all these Steam sales and the spring sales, summer sale, fall sale, you get a lot of games, right? And and to me it was very discouraging, you know, which kind of, I used to say, kind of turned me off, pause, no homo, was that some of the games that I bought wouldn't boot up. And I had to spend about $4,000 on this fucking PC. And this is in early 2013, my first computer. And like Steam doesn't have a customer service number. I had to go Google it and had to patch this, you know, file from over. We had to get from this site. Like that shit was just crazy. And a lot of people just don't want to do that. And another thing, a lot of games are not fully optimized for controllers. You know what I mean? You're always at a disadvantage if you want to play a game like Battlefield, you know, Duty, or whatever the case may be. It's just a lot of shit that I want to deal with. I have no interest in whatsoever playing with a mouse and keyboard. No, thank you. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. I'm getting the hell up out of here. This is a short video, quick little hangout, and I'm done, man. Thank you for rocking out with me. Catch you guys later on the Multiplayer Podcast. Bang.